Hello, guys. It's your girl Beauty Boss back in again with another segment of Voice of the Stars. And I know I haven't been here lately with them, but we will now welcome to the stage Miss Beauty Love, a child care provider. And
Hi,
hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for the invitation.
No problem. Today we're going to be talking about acceptance in our world, in our country, really, America, and how it can affect the identity, how a person feels and interacts with other people, depending on if they're accepted or not, and what their um, interaction with people has been outside of their home.
Mhm.
So let's begin. Why do you think that it's important for people to be accepted?
Well, I believe that acceptance is very important because it helps people to have a sense of self esteem and pride. Um, that's the external piece for me. I believe that internally, however, validation is not dependent upon someone else. So I think that it's a double edged sword. Whereas I personally do not believe that anyone else can validate your existence. That's something that's internally that you have to possess for yourself. However, on the external end, it does. It makes people feel encouraged and um, prideful to have that support of someone being just who they are, to be able to be open and free about who they are in their own truth.
Okay. Um, who do you think are the most unaccepted people in America and why?
Mhm. In my opinion, I believe that Black people are the most unaccepted people in America. Why? It's because we're a very powerful being, and it's been very easy for others to um, disengage and disenfranchise us due to resources and due to our own lack of understanding about our power and our identity. So that's why I believe that Black people are the most unaccepted people in the USA.
Well, of course, I did not write down. How do you think Black people could change that?
I believe that a lot of it, initially, it begins with the family setup, which means that we learn our true heritage, our legacy, our bloodlines, and um, to embrace each other, to love one another instead of looking for love outside of ourselves.
Okay. Um, how do you think America will change if people were accepted more?
Well, to be honest, it looks like America is changing every day. Everyone's accepted except for Black folks, to be honest, in my own opinion. So, um, why if Black people were accepted, quote unquote, um, I think that we would economically and socially advance in areas that causes fear in others. So honestly, I don't foresee that actually happening. There's so many different hurdles already in place that's very secure because the hurdles that are in place are making other people economically franchised while we're continuing to be disenfranchised. So that's my thoughts on that.
Um, have you ever experienced being unaccepted as an African American woman?
I won't say unaccepted. I have had instances like in stores and things like that where I've been very uncomfortable with body language, as well as the customer service itself, where I've literally returned items before I walked out of a store on behalf of myself or my children or the children that I'm um, that's with me, that's in my circle. So I have to show them to respect themselves,
Right.
and then respect their money, and respect um, their choices. That they have the choice to say, "Hey, I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to support it."
So stand up for yourself.
Right.
Um, and if so, have you learned from being unaccepted? And as you said, in instances, you will return things, and because standing up for yourself is the right thing to do because it's not right to treat anyone how you don't treat others.
Right.
So,
So, will you repeat the question?
um, have you? How do you think you could teach other people to use their unacceptance as a strength rather than a weakness from your perspective?
Okay. So, your unacceptance of the strength is to honestly is to have a to help your mind to have this mindset that a lot of times the people don't accept you is due to fear, and it's fear of unknown. And sometimes it's fear of who they do know you are, but they don't want you to know who you are. So I believe if I'm answering this question, the actual question, um, that how do I teach someone?
Yes.
I just teach them to embody, engage in who you really are, your own truth. And if you are confident enough in that, in your own truth, others will see it for what it is, and they have the option to accept you. But a lot more likely than not, if you're accepting of yourself, people will respect who you are.
Um, is there any other branches that you can go into? Anything else you'd like to say about this topic?
I'm very laxed on accepting the uniqueness of others. Um, but I have a very, very soft spot for the uniqueness of people that look like me because we're a very creative group of people and we have such a strong lineage from all parts of the world that have been brought here. And if we understood it and respected it, um, I think that things would be a lot different. And yeah, I think that the acceptance begins in the home. So once you have that, you accept who you are inside of your home. That outside can is not able to really do much to you. Okay, so that's my end on acceptance and unacceptance.
Well, thank you, Miss Beauty, for being here today.
Thank
It was an
you.
honor.
Likewise.
And I wanted to say that hopefully for the next Voice of the Stars, I want to say, I want to have people who I have interviewed to actually give me questions that I can answer.
Oh, that's
Because
great.
I don't know, give this time for people to hear my insight on the world. So, if there's any questions you'd like to ask me, please.
Have you had experiences with being unaccepted?
Oh, okay. Um, unaccepted. Yes, kind of. As you said, like people, the way they act around you are different. Yes.
Can you give an example?
Um, at my previous school before school I'm at now, um, I used to go to school in Chinatown, so it was more Chinese people than any other race really, and I believe that a lot of the kids who were not of my race were more like they weren't as social with each other, with sociable with other races, and it sometimes made me uncomfortable because like when I would speak to them, try to have a conversation, they like start whispering with each other, and they would just start laughing and stuff after just something is funny. Like maybe it was something funny about me to them. I'm not them, so I'm not sure. But that made me feel uncomfortable and as if, oh, maybe I shouldn't be here with them. Maybe I should go hang out with my regular group of friends. And I think that's sometimes why it was so hard for me to break out of my regular group of friends and be more open with other people, because if they weren't really trying to acknowledge my effort to socialize with them, I stopped thinking it was worth even trying.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stuck with my close group of friends.
Um, have you ever shown someone unacceptance?
Yes, but I think my way is had less to do with race, and it was more like I want to say personality and the people around me influencing me to kind of not accept the person, like exclusion. Mainly, that's what the main problem that I used to have was, because I know that many times I don't want to sound like a mean person, but I would tell people like, "Oh, I don't want to hang out with you. You're this, you're that. Like, we're not like you, or we don't like you," which I found out towards the end of sixth grade that that if something like that happened to me, I would not be very happy. And I need to stop saying I'm sorry. with with my last group of friends, I think that a lot of it had to do with me not knowing other people, not really socializing with other people except for them. I got so used to them that I just got stuck in my ways, were which were really brought down from their ways. So they kind of modified me in a way where it was like I got used to excluding people, and I that is a way of showing unacceptance towards others. So yes,
Well, I thank you for your truth, and I thank you for having me this evening.
no problem.
All right.
So as I was saying, if there's anything you guys want to know about me, comment down below. If there's anything else you want to know, you can email me, and I will be contacting other people I've interviewed so that they can contact me back and give me questions. Um, Snapchat link to Facebook page is in the description box down below, and like and subscribe to Beauty Wiles. Hope you guys enjoyed. Good night.
Peace.